From the beginning of this Ukraine scandal, the defense of Donald Trump has been shifting fast from there was nothing wrong at all to gradually we're getting closer to like, yeah, just bribe people, it's fine. We're not quite there, we're like an inch away. Take a look at Laura Ingraham's defense of Trump last night.
Of course, Nancy, it's in the Constitution, we can read, okay? President may be impeached for bribery, treason, or high crimes and misdemeanors. But even assuming the Democrats' strained and ridiculous interpretation of the facts, and I do not assume them, but just for the sake of their argument, attempted bribery isn't in the Constitution. Remember, Ukraine got its military aid. It was 14 days delayed, big deal. And remember, Ukraine never made any public statement about any investigation. And the fellow on the other end of the call, Zelensky, said he didn't feel pressured at all. He didn't even know aid was frozen to his country until weeks later. So the call, in his words, was normal.
The issue with responding to that is a lot of what she said is a knowing lie. The idea that he didn't know, that it was only delayed for 14 days, those are just lies. And like, we're supposed to pretend that we do this show from the left, she does her show from the right, we disagree. No, she's a liar. She's willing to lie to her audience. But all those lies given, it's just attempted bribery. I know that that's not literally what she's saying, but she's prepping her audience for, well, as long as it was stopped at the last second, then we're good.
It's that's been the talking point. We talked about how Jim Jordan was saying the witness intimidation that Trump was doing. Hey, well, it wouldn't have been witness intimidation if you didn't tell the witness that he was intimidating on Twitter to millions of people. So this is an ongoing line with them. Hey, as long as I can say it, he didn't fulfill. He's too dumb to do it. He's not organized enough to do it. He just tried. Oh, he just says things like that. Who cares? Hey, again, so if you attempted murder. I know we're probably gonna get to that. Yeah. Attempted murder. So yeah, I just stabbed the guy in the stomach and slit his arms open, hoping he'd bleed out. But he survived, man. That's a tough guy.
Yeah.
So I should be off the hook, right?
Yeah, no, if you ever find yourself having robbed a bank and you've got the big bag of money with like a money symbol on it, and you're about to leave the bank, stop for a second and think about it. Because at that point, if you just give the money back, you're good, it's fine. If you've got like your gun to someone's head and the cops come bursting in, just lower the gun, you're good. No jail time for you. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that the Simpsons already did it. As many people pointed out, Sideshow Bob, when he was in jail, once said, convicted of a crime I didn't even commit. Ha, attempted murder? Now honestly, what is that? Do they give a Nobel Prize for attempted chemistry? Do they? The Simpsons did it. Okay, that's what's going on. But that's the defense. It's two-pronged. One, all these crimes are fine, we don't even care if they happened. And then on the other side, you have people like Ben Shapiro saying he's too dumb to commit crimes. If I was Donald Trump, I would be very, very offended, not by the legal attacks against me, but by the legal defenses offered by my allies.
It's a shame, but it's all they got. As you mentioned, if Simpsons did it, this is a cartoon defense. We're living in the middle of cartoon characters running the country.
Yeah, and by the way, just a sort of related story. We did a live video about this before the show began, JR and I. So as of today, the breaking news was that Roger Stone has now been found guilty of 7 different counts, including witness intimidation and lying to Congress, mainly lying to Congress. So you now have an additional person in Donald Trump's orbit. Now, if the people around you, your confidants, your longtime allies, your advisors and things like that, your lawyer, for instance, are committing crimes, that doesn't necessarily make you a criminal. But at some point, factor that into your analysis. If you're Laura Ingraham and you're literally being driven to the point of saying that attempted bribery is fine, imagine if it was Barack Obama and all of these people circling him were going down one after the other, but somehow Donald Trump was slipping through without any sort of legal consequences. At some point, you really have to factor that into your analysis of this.
Well, I mean, all the investigations that went into Hillary Clinton, of course, came up again when she was running for president because like, look at all these things that implicated things about her, that surrounded her, that swirled around her. Yeah. Let's not trust her because we saw the potential. If your associates are this many bad guys, I think you can assume that this guy likes to associate with bad guys.
Yeah, yeah. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.